guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. So, surprisingly enough,
It's not been 2 weeks.
it has not been 2 weeks. No, surprisingly enough, Quiet Place takes over the box office #1 with $50 million at the box office.
It was an anticipated movie. It starred Emily Blunt and what's his name from her husband, Mr. Blunt.
John Krasinski.
That's why I couldn't pronounce his last name.
John Krasinski. Right.
Basically, the two fan casts for Fantastic Four.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's got some pretty good ideas out here, but we'll talk about that another time. Second best opening of 2018 behind Black Panther.
Yeah.
The budget for this movie was $17 million, and it's already made like all this money.
Which means we're gonna get a Quiet Place 2.
We're gonna get a Quiet Place 2.
Or a Don't Breathe Quiet Place crossover.
Oh man. Can't talk, can't breathe, can't.
They take Stephen Lang because he can't see. And he knows how to be quiet, and he can listen for stuff. And it's just like he becomes one of the monsters.
There you go.
Ooh, I like it.
Very nice.
Hollywood, you heard it.
Number 2, Ready Player One. Last week's #1. I didn't think that it was gonna lose.
This movie is not gonna make all its money.
I didn't think this movie was gonna lose to Quiet Place. That's why it's such a shock to me that it won. But yeah,
It's not gonna make its money.
it was #2 with 25 million, 97 in the U.S. so far, 160 overseas. So if it wasn't for the overseas, I think Ready Player One would be in trouble.
Was there Chinese characters in this?
I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet.
That's why it's not making any money. That's why it was #2.
And we want to welcome our special guest. He's the star of the #3 Blockers, John Cena.
John, hey!
How are you?
See?
All right.
So much full of energy. So excited to be here. He's always a great guest.
Blockers $21 million. The budget was 21. So boom, already even. It's all profit from this point on.
Cotton Blockers 2.
COD Blockers 2. That's right. And #4 is Black Panther. Still in the top 5.
One of the funny things people were saying is like, what if this movie is still in the theaters when Adventure comes out? You could actually do like a double feature. You could do Black Panther and Avengers 3. So
well, me and Art were talking about that last week, and it would actually, if you want to just catch up to see like where you're at in this final phase or this phase, just go to the movie right before the phase ends.
There you go.
And there you go.
I was like, man, I wish I could understand what they were talking about. Oh, wait, look, Black Panther's still showing.
Third highest grossing domestically at 665 million behind Avatar and The Force Awakens.
Wow.
That is insane.
You know what's gonna happen? You're
Black Panther 2?
Yeah, no, you're gonna get a Medea Panther and Tyler Perry's Medea's Black Panther. Tyler Perry's Black Panther starring Medea. Hello. Hallelujah. Wakanda, bitch. That's what happens.
Oh
That's
man. No, be Wakanda.
Oh.
Forget it. All right, #5, faith-based movie. I can only imagine still going strong. 8 million for that movie. That movie has like surprised the hell out of me.
What? The faith-based movie surprised the hell out
That
of
it is still in the top 5. I mean, that it is still in the top 5.
That's like faith-based movies do really well. It's like they don't need a lot of marketing because their audience already knows when they're going to be released. They talk about them at church. They're talking about. I mean, the word of mouth for them is pretty big, and they do really well because of the subject matter. So
right, but because faith-based movies usually come out in
around Easter
time.
That's one of the reasons why they definitely do well.
That's why it's surprising that it's still going strong, and Easter's like 2 weeks ago, and it's still going strong. So.
They're like, well, the day after Easter, they're like, oh, we're not going to see that movie. No, it's like, people still need to see the movie. I didn't get a chance to see the movie because I was celebrating and, you know.
Do you go see a Christmas movie and New Year's?
No, but like.
Exactly, that's my point.
But the day after Christmas, I'm like, oh, Christmas is over. I ain't watching more Christmas. No, you still go see. Look, I watch Christmas movies and Halloween.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
so there's
Nightmare Before Christmas.
So you got Ready Player One that was not able to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Black Panther's the last movie to repeat as far as #1. This week coming, we got Rampage.
Right.
With The Rock.
I'm predicting that it will not be #1.
I think that it will beat Quiet Place.
I'm thinking Quiet Place is gonna repeat.
You honestly believe that?
Look at how well it's done the first week. That thing's gonna repeat.
I think The Rock's on a roll with Jumanji. this is now the only thing that kind of hurts.
If Kevin Hart was in this movie, then maybe. If Kevin Hart was the monkey, maybe this movie would be number one.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of racist, isn't it? I'm
Hey,
sorry.
at least a black man said it, not me.
I didn't even think that through.
So, but if you
go on, sir. Well, my point is if Kevin Hart sells tickets for some strange reason.
you have a Pacific Rim that has the kaiju in it, and it didn't do as well.
Right.
This one pretty much has 3 kaijus in it, but it's based on a video game. Video game movies don't do that well.
Right.
Neither one of those. Right, Tomb Raider. So. So, I honestly believe that streak ends and The Rock beats Quiet Place.
We'll see you next week.
Well, Rock's good buddy Jason Statham from Fate and Furious just released that trailer, that trailer for The Meg. He's in a movie called The Meg,
and this is like the 700,257th shark movie, dude. Do we need another shark? Do we need another shark movie? No.
Yeah, but see this. You know what? I've always said that Jaws is the one movie you never touch.
All right.
Don't ever
Except for the
touch
700,567 times that they've already tried to touch Jaws.
Shallows got a pass.
Dude, Shallows is the only good
Shallows
one.
was a great, and Deep Blue Sea. We love Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, I'm wearing my hat right now.
Yeah, because
my
it
hat
has
looks
like a
shark man.
Exactly. So this one is we saw the trailer today. That first scene where the shark jumps at the freaking little girl made me jump.
Yeah,
scared the hell out of me.
That was a great jump scare at the beginning of this trailer, but all the while I was watching this trailer, I kept thinking, it was like, why did they never answer the question why can't they just close the beach? Why is that a deal?
Because the money.
Close the beach.
Because money.
Close the beach.
The money.
Well, no black people at the beach, by the way. Close the beach. Close the beach. Kill the shark. Open the beach. Death count goes down.
Well, the trailer looked fun. It looks like a fun popcorn flick, good for the summer, which is ironic considering that Jaws is the freaking first summer blockbuster ever. And it's justice that this movie is going to be not only in the summer, but also in IMAX. It looks absolutely freaking awesome.
This huge shark and thing. My only thing about it is that it's a megalodon. So are they gonna say that it's been asleep? Are we gonna kaiju this thing? Are we gonna Godzilla this thing? Are they gonna do the crossover with Godzilla, King Kong, and Meg?
Yeah.
And Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
They do it all together.
And Rampage.
It's like they'll call him Land Shark, and he'll be up on the the Saturday Night Live spoof thing that they did to Land Shark when they'd ring the doorbell and he'd open the door and he'd eat it.
Yeah. Oh, you're awful. Man, you're really dating yourself on that one. Anyway.
Hey, I like Saturday Night Live.
But it really does. There's some really good action scenes in there. I think the way they filmed the sharks, the way they filmed the shark it just looks really flawless. The way they filmed it. There's some pretty
we
solid
perfected the
scenes
technology on CGI sharks.
It looks freaking awesome. I cannot wait to see this movie. Jason Statham looks like he's got another hit.
I'm ho-hum about it. I'm tired of shark movies until they give me the Shallows Part 2.
This one just looks like it's gonna beat the crap out of Shallows.
Well, no, because then they're just gonna replace everybody and it's gonna be like a cheap straight video thing. But never mind. No Shallows Part 2.
So there was something I wanted to talk to you about. All right. So you got The Rock fighting Rampage. You got him fighting monkeys and lizards and wolves.
Okay.
And now you got Jason Statham fighting
and Kevin Hart's.
And Kevin Hart. You got Jason Statham fighting sharks.
Okay.
But I was thinking about the wrestlers.
Okay.
Okay. So you got Cena right now doing pretty well with blockers. Okay. 21 for that.
Right, John?
Right, John? We should ask John.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
We're gonna bring him out later.
Batista's about to go into Infinity War. Okay. Collectively, The Rock's movies have grossed $9 billion.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Collectively, Batista has grossed $2 billion.
Okay.
When you factor in Guardians and Bond.
How much money has 12 rounds gross?
Okay, well, Cena has grossed $800 million collectively.
Okay.
Why do you think? One, it's not new.
Okay.
As far as transitions and crossovers. Why are wrestlers crossing over so easy right now? So easy.
Well, one, because unfortunately Hogan and The Rock paved the way for them to actually be anything outside of wrestling, to be movie stars, to be more or be more celebrity figures as opposed to just being tied to, oh, you're just a wrestler. Hogan opened the door and basically The Rock kicked the damn door down. It was like Hogan opened it, Rock kicked it down. Now everybody can be in.
Did Hogan open it or did Sylvester Stallone open it?
Well, he was never a wrestler.
But he cast him in Rocky 3. And it wasn't until Rocky 3 that Hogan really blew up.
Right. No, Thunder Lips was a big deal, but it was still Hogan who took the role.
Okay.
But he could have cast any muscle-bound guy.
He started the whole path with Suburban Commando.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it. All right.
There you go. Tooth Fairy and all those other crap movies. Or
Mr. Nanny.
Chaperone.
That was Hunter.
Huh?
That was Hunter.
Another wrestler. We're talking about bad wrestling movies.
Next top 5, the top 5 bad wrestling movies. Okay, well, I was looking at it because they always start with action. Rock started out with.
It's the easiest thing for them to do.
Right, but they're like really, like The Rock has really been all about the action movie. So the theatrics of wrestling. Now, we did this show with Mia Khalifa. Remember that? We were talking about the show and we did the research on the wrestlers and what it takes to be a wrestler.
Okay. What does it take to be an action star, or what it takes to be?
The theatrics of wrestling, the able to memorize lines and deliver the lines, that they're already getting that preparation right there. They're performing in front of large crowds. They're taking bumps for real.
Right.
And so they're pretty much.
They're already stuntmen.
That can act.
Yeah.
For the most part, and
I mean, I've seen some promos, maybe not.
Yeah, that's true. Sid Vicious, anyway.
Oh,
so.
Sorry, start that again.
So they got, and then you go with the rush of having live reactions from the people out there. So, do you think that all helps them deliver on the screen?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to think about it too. Like even with rappers, why rappers find an easy transition over to movies because they've built a persona. They had to act and behave for a certain way. They had to memorize lines, their raps and stuff like that. So that helped them transition to the film a lot better. This is why, like I said, why you see that so often. Same thing's actually being noticed for wrestling. So like you said, they're basically paid stuntmen already that perform these things over and over. So action's really easy for them to do. Really all they gotta do is be cast in those old Arnold Schwarzenegger type roles where there's not a lot of dialogue for them. It's basically just have to be a presence on screen and have a good fight scene. So, and then from there you can learn how to act, which is basically what happened with Batista. Be a presence and then continually get better in your role. And then even the same thing for The Rock. I mean, he's Scorpion King. And it was like, and that was not a good acting job in there.
Well, when you look at him in Mummy Returns,
The Mummy
Returns, and then you're right, Scorpion King. He was still very green in that movie.
Very green.
Doom, I think Doom was getting there. Like he started, but it wasn't until for me.
The Rundown.
It wasn't. Well, that too, but it wasn't. I don't think it wasn't until the Gridiron Gang that he really got the acting down and went from there.
Exhibit was in that one.
That's right. He was the assistant coach. But to do all of these stunts and do all these things and then read the scripts and all that, I think it is helping everybody transition. Not only that, the product itself is getting a lot better. I mean, look at the independents. The independents they're topping WWE in some cases.
Yeah.
You got Kenny Omega out there in Japan, making boatload of money and refuses to go to WWE because he doesn't want to be shackled creatively. So.
Right.
And that's another thing when you're acting, when a wrestler is acting, there is nobody really in creative to hold you back. Directors will usually give you the freedom to try things out in scenes and stuff. So, but it's you mentioned Hogan, and it's a damn shame that he never got to that same level of success.
It was pretty. I mean,
but look at it like this. Okay, look at Richard Pryor, one of the best, if not the best, stand-up comedian of all time. Movie career was not very good. JoJo's Like Your Dance, the JoJo Dancer, I liked it, but whatever. The Toy, Brewster's Millions. But it wasn't really like the best. I mean, he was really the best at being a stand-up comic.
All right, yeah.
Eddie Murphy, good stand-up comic.
Whoa.
No, he's a great stand-up comic, but he is not Richard Pryor.
No, he's not Richard Pryor.
Okay, so he's a great stand-up comic, but his movie career was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? And the same thing goes with Hogan. I mean, Hogan.
I mean, so look. I mean, if you look at it, there's always going to be that standout person that crosses kind of genres, and Eddie was a big person for the comedian really becoming a movie star.
He was more like the Jordan of comedy.
Yeah, I mean, so he was a comedian who became a movie star. Eddie was your Kevin Hart.
Right. Hell no! Don't ever make that comparison.
Hogan
again.
was your rock. I mean, unfortunately, that's what it was. I mean, it's like everybody's gonna bust that door down so other people can kind of like walk that same path. And right now, I mean, the wrestlers are following the path of Hogan and Rock.
Yeah, and I think, but you got Piper too. That Piper, you know, but he only did They Live, but he was excellent in that. I
still think it's the best fight scene.
And then you had Andre the Giant that was in Princess Bride.
Yeah.
And he's known for that role to this day. Hell, the documentary just came out not too long ago. So, you know, that's how much of an impact these guys can do.
Right.
Who do you think is the next wrestler to make it, to cross over besides Cena, because Cena's already doing it, so I'm not going to count him, to not necessarily Rock status, but at least Cena status?
I'm waiting for Chaperone 2 to come out. Waiting for Chaperone. Right now, no.
All right, Triple H, you need to get on. Forget NXT, man. We need Chaperone 2, baby.
I would have think Miz, but Miz kind of had a shot and it didn't really go anywhere. Because Miz has reality star fame. So, I mean, he has people who have known him already, who he was. He has his wrestling fame.
I like that pick, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cody Rhodes tried it. It didn't quite work out for him. But Miz is a big enough star right now that he could possibly do it. I think he would, unfortunately, have to take some time away and actually get out there and act. What's his name? Johnny Nitro is trying it, too. He's been
Johnny Mundo.
Yeah, he's been in a couple of small films and stuff like that, some straight-to-video stuff. So he's trying it. He just doesn't have a big enough name. But... like the Miz would be probably good.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick, and more than likely, man, you never know. You never know. You can't do wrestling. You can't wrestle forever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll keep an eye on that. So DC news.
Right.
Nicolas Cage was.
That's Nicolas Cage in DC news.
Just hold on.
All right.
He's dipped his foot in comics already, right? He did Ghost Rider, and then he did Kick-Ass.
That's right.
Where he was basically Batman, but whatever.
I forgot that was a comic.
And he was this close to playing Superman, but he's gonna get to voice Superman in the next Teen Titans movie, which we talked about not too long ago. He's gonna actually be the voice of the Man of Steel. Well, he made a comment of thinking about playing or liking to play the Joker or Doctor Doom.
Neither.
Neither?
I mean, when you think about the Joker and you think about Nicolas Cage, it was like, oh, Nicolas Cage is crazy. So he could be a good Joker, but I don't think he could be a good Joker.
Does he have the look? Do you think
have you seen Nicolas Cage's face? I mean, really, have you seen Nicolas Cage's face?
When he grabs the girl's butt and face off and his eyes get real big?
When he does that stupid face, yeah, he can do the Joker face. That's something he can definitely do. I just don't think he can actually do justice to the character. And for Doctor Doom, I don't think, no. Give me Carl Urban or something.
Carl Urban and everything.
Yeah, any character, any comic book character, make him Carl Urban.
So, okay, well, he's got the personality to pull that off. He's also got the acting chops. He's a freaking Oscar winner.
Right.
So he's got that on his side too. Okay.
Not every Oscar winner is good for everything.
But what would it take? What would he have to bring to the role for him to even get considered to be casted in this? And I'm saying that's gonna happen.
Like for Doctor Doom or for Joker?
For Joker.
For Joker, makeup.
A lot of it.
Makeup and somebody to voice over for him.
How about makeup and a good script?
Yeah. Well, you know, a great script goes a long way. It's like a lot of people get cast for things that don't really, I mean, that doesn't really fit them. But the script was so great and they had a great director and it works.
Because Nicolas Cage has so much range, I think he's going to have to need it's not going to happen. But if that were to happen, it's not going to happen. But if it were to happen, he would absolutely need a director to pull the reins back when he takes it a little too far out there.
Hey, look, we didn't like Heath Ledger either, and he became one of the best Jokers out there. So,
is he a better fit for Joker or Doom?
Joker would probably be the better fit, but I don't like him for either.
Okay, well, right now Leto is still the Joker. He's still supposed to do Suicide Squad 2. Joaquin Phoenix has already been tapped to play the Joker in the Origin movie.
That he doesn't know that he's actually.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's like, I am? Sweet. And then Leo is still involved too, possibly. That's the one I want to see. I would love to see Leonardo DiCaprio
Play the Joker.
Play the Joker
would be
in Martin
interesting.
Scorsese's version of the Joker.
It would be interesting, but it would be, they're trying to build a cinematic universe. They're drifting too far off by trying to do these different solo and these spin-off versions and alternate versions of Joker. They're going too far off. Stick to your universe. Get that right first before we talk about.
I think that they need to just hold off on everything until they do Flashpoint or whatever it's going to be called.
Whatever. It's the Flash.
Point of Flash. But Fast Point, fix the timeline, get your new actors in place of who's going to play what, and then you can do the Joker thing.
Reboot.
Because then even the Joker could get rebooted.
Yeah,
that could reboot that character too.
Just flush it. Somehow keep Margot Robbie and Will Smith, and then just flush everything else down the trash. And Gal Gadot.
And Batman.
And,
you got.
All right, so don't reboot. Just do better movies. Just do better movies.
All right, so Infinity War is going to be coming out. Sticking with comic book news, Infinity War is going to come out, and the Russos are pretty much going to be done with the MCU after this. I guess they're going to probably go do some other stuff after Avengers 4. But they were asked, or they'd be open actually to do Secret Wars.
That'd be cool.
Okay, now Secret Wars pits the Avengers versus the X-Men. Since Disney's bought Fox and the merger is still going through, it's still not finalized yet.
It's kind of like everything, because they were trying to reset the whole universe with Secret Wars, so it's kind of like a lot of different characters.
Right, but how would because the MCU's already established, the FoxCU is already established.
The FoxCU.
The FoxCU.
I like that. FoxCU. Hashtag FoxCU.
All that's how would they even be able to cross over? The only thing that I can think of is that they're like either the Infinity Stones have something to do with it, the time travel or anything.
Yes,
multi-universe, Doctor Strange, and all.
That's the only way they can explain multi dimensions, or the with Ant-Man and the. Joe, Anthony, help me out. Yeah, but what's the shrinking verse thing? Tinyverse, the miniverse, the thing they shrink down to in that verse, and with the thing, when they do that, they can explain it that way, and like it's different universes and stuff like that. But the Infinity Gauntlet's the easiest thing to do.
Exactly, and I think that's probably what they would do if that. But you got to recast. You got to definitely recast because you're only getting the characters. You're not necessarily needing to get Hugh Jackman. That'd be fun. But you don't have to now.
You don't have to recast. You can take them as is because it's a different universe. So you don't have to worry about the fact that why didn't they cross paths, because it was a different universe. The same thing they did with Flash and Supergirl.
Yeah, but
they had to bring her into his universe to make it make sense.
Okay, so you would still bring McAvoy. You still would bring Fassbender.
I think McAvoy and Patrick Stewart. Just go weird with it.
Alrighty then. Patrick Stewart as Magneto this time.
No. No.
Okay, Infinity War is set to have 67 characters. If Secret Wars were to happen, how the hell would you share screen time with all those characters?
Yeah, dude, like they didn't say what 67 characters. One of the characters could be like the catering guy and the janitors. They didn't say what characters. It said 67 characters. I mean, it could be the person that holding the boom mic, whatever. It's we don't know. We don't know. Right now, we know it's gonna feature Wakanda and the Avengers.
But we
don't even know that it's gonna feature the people from Netflix.
But I'm talking about they're not. It's not. But I'm talking about as far as if you were to make a Secret Wars movie, how would you share the screen with all of these characters?
Well, I mean,
or would you just get the main ones from each?
You'd have to. People are gonna have to get smaller parts. You're gonna have to do a lot of scenes sharing and stuff like that. It's not gonna be like my full complete scene. It's gonna be you talking to other characters. So that's the only way you can do it. But the reason why it works so well in the MCU with the Avenger films is because everybody's gotten their own individual films. So you know these characters. You don't need them to have so much screen time. They can share with other people and have little lines here and there, and it still is impactful because that line meant enough because you already know who this character is. What DC did wrong is that they went to these shared universe characters, or put characters in shared films, and we barely met this character. We barely knew Batman. We barely knew Aquaman. We barely Wonder Woman. We knew because she got her own solo film. But that's the only reason why. We knew Superman because he got her own solo film. That's the only reason why. We don't know Flash. We don't know Cyborg. I mean, that's the reason why Justice League crapped.
You know what's so funny about that is that those movies are produced by Nolan. So why wouldn't it be canon to have The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and Dark Knight Rises as part of canon?
Because they don't like money. So
I guess that's why. All right.
They don't like money.
In our WTF news, Terrence's favorite part of the show.
Yeah, I liked it better when it was titty talk.
No more titty talks.
Hashtag titty talk.
But speaking of titty talks, Pornhub
Yay! Titty talk is back!
has announced that it will give premium places free access to their premium Pornhub content.
Premium places? What's premium places?
Yeah!
Sir, if you use our premium stall, it comes equipped with Pornhub.
Well, there
is a time limit, though.
There are certain places in the United States that, or actually in the world, that have cities that pretty much play into an erotic nature.
So you mean like porn theaters?
No.
No?
But so far,
Pornhub
has given 45 places access. In 2017, Pornhub was visited by 28 billion visitors.
In 45 places?
Well, 28 billion and two.
Oh, there you go.
Viewers.
You got the number right now. Got the number right.
All right, so here's how this goes.
Okay.
You start with Bald Knob, Arkansas.
What? Is that a real place?
Yes, and this is what I'm talking about. These are the type of places that will get.
Somebody was making a joke out of this.
These are the type of places that will be getting this free premium access.
It's like, let's put it in Bald Knob.
So we start with Bald Knob, Arkansas. Stop by Beaver City, Indiana. But before visiting Lovelady, Texas, stop at Latex, Texas, and be ready for Bangs, Texas.
There you go.
Until you get to Climax, Michigan.
There you go. Gotta make a stop when I go home.
Oh, so what do you think?
I just said it. I gotta make a stop when I go home. It was like Climax, Texas.
No, Climax, Michigan.
Climax, Michigan.
Climax, Michigan.
I was like, well.
Yeah, so if you live in any of those places, congratulations, you'll be getting.
You'll get your own premium Pornhub.
What is
Premium Pornhub?
I guess it's
How
a
can
lot.
you be more porn than porn? What is that?
It might be scratch and sniff. I have no idea.
Ew.
Terrence, take us home.
Ew. That is so gross. One, it's so gross when I said, like, what am I scratching and what am I sniffing? It's like, if I'm scratching something off my own screen, ew. Ew. By the way,
If you're still with us.
if this is your first time watching the channel, trust me, it gets worse from here. But if you did somehow stick around this far and you're still watching us, make sure you like and comment. Tell us what you guys thought about the video. But make sure you subscribe. Go to the prescribe with the premium subscription thing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification button, so that way you'll be aware of all the other videos that we do on here, because we do other videos besides this gross ass topic. And I wanted titty talk back.
Well, be careful what you ask for. You might get it. We want to say and throw a shout out, say thank you, and throw a shout out to Marissa.
Yes, Marissa, our first Patreon.
Our first Patreon. We got a whopping $10.
We got $10 from her. Hey, look, every little bit counts. I told you guys before, if you want a poster, just cost you $1 donation. It won't be it will be one of these posters, but it won't be one of these posters. I will get you a poster sent out, so that we got to keep the integrity of the set, please. But I'll get you a poster sent out. Just pick something that you see on the set.
Integrity.
Yeah, exactly, because we have that here. Pick something on the set, and that's for $1. $1, guys. $5 gets you any of our You Don't Hate videos that we've already done so far. You pick one of those movies because we know you don't hate them. And $10 actually gets you one of the good shirts, which I am not wearing right now. But you've seen it in other videos, and you probably see me around town if you actually live in San Antonio, because I wear it pretty frequently. But please help us get better by doing a donation.
For Aspen, wherever the hell she's at, and Art, wherever the hell he's at, and for Anthony over here on the side.
Anthony over here. Oh, he actually donated to the show. Shout out to Anthony for helping us out on the show.
Yeah, with 40. Well, he donated 40.
He donated 40.
Yeah, 40. All right, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was the goods. How about this one? How about this one? I said, yeah, the roof that Sean fell off of. That was a story I'm telling her. And she goes, Sean Footlong?
What? Did she watch porn when you're not there?
Yeah, she's like, fuck, let's watch it together. Can we watch it together?
Porn star named Sean Footlong.
Sean Footlong. That's my friend Sean's name.